You upload your passport photo, wait for the Passport Seva portal to analyze it, and then this confusing message appears. Distortion check failed. Please upload another photo. Image quality is completely okay. If the image quality is okay, what exactly is distorted? The answer is that this error usually has nothing to do with file sharpness. It means the system believes your facial proportions look distorted. There are two common reasons this happens. Your photo may have been taken too close to the camera, or your photo may have been stretched while being converted to 630 by 810 pixels. In the next few minutes, I'll explain both problems and show you the correct way to fix them without wasting more upload attempts. Before we begin, one important clarification. Not every Indian passport application requires you to upload your own photograph. At many Passport Seva Kendras inside India, your photograph is captured during the appointment. This video is for applicants whose Passport Seva, Embassy, Consulate, VFS, or overseas application workflow specifically asks for a digital photograph. Now, let's understand the first and most important cause of the distortion error: taking the photo too close to the camera. When a camera is held at selfie distance, the center of your face is much closer to the lens than the sides of your face. Your nose may be only a few inches closer than your ears, but at such a short camera distance, that difference is significant. The nose can appear larger, the sides of the face can appear compressed, the ears may look smaller or disappear behind the head. Your face may look longer, rounder, or narrower than it does in person. This is called perspective distortion. It can happen even when the photo is perfectly sharp, properly exposed, and taken with an expensive phone. That is why Passport Seva's official photograph guidance tells applicants to take the photo from approximately 1.5 meters away from the camera. That is about 5 feet. An arm's length selfie is normally much closer than 5 feet, which makes it a poor starting point for a biometric passport photograph. Using the selfie camera can make the problem worse because front-facing phone cameras are designed for close-range use and often have a wide field of view. The safest option is to use the rear camera and have another person take the photograph. If nobody is available, place the phone on a stable surface at eye level, set a timer, and stand approximately 5 feet away. Do not move closer simply because your face looks too small in the original photograph. You are supposed to take the photo from farther away and crop it afterward. Camera distance controls perspective distortion. Cropping controls how large your face appears in the final frame. These are two different steps, and confusing them is one of the biggest reasons applicants continue receiving this error. Now let's look at the second type of distortion: stretching the image while resizing it. Passport Seva's digital photograph uses a rectangular format of 630 pixels wide by 810 pixels high. That is a 7:9 portrait aspect ratio. However, many photo studios in the United States provide a 2x2 inch square photograph. OCI and Visa photographs may also use square formats. A square photo has a 1:1 aspect ratio. A Passport Seva digital photo has a 7:9 aspect ratio. Those shapes are not interchangeable. If you force a square image to become 630 pixels wide and 810 pixels high, the software may stretch the image vertically. The file information will say 630 by 810, but the person's face will look unnaturally tall and narrow. The opposite can also happen. If a tall photograph is forced into the wrong proportions, the face can become short and wide. This is why entering 630 for the width and 810 for the height is not always enough. You must crop the photograph to the correct shape before resizing it. Cropping and stretching are not the same thing. Cropping removes unnecessary space around the subject while preserving the person's natural proportions. Proportional resizing makes the cropped photograph larger or smaller without changing its shape. Stretching changes the width and height independently, which changes the shape of the face. Never select an option called Stretch to Fill. If your software offers Crop to Fill, Maintain Aspect Ratio, or Preserve Proportions, use one of those options instead. Here is a quick way to identify which distortion problem you have. Open the original photograph and the finished 630 by 810 file side by side. If your nose already looks unusually large, your ears look compressed, or the center of your face appears exaggerated in the original, the camera was probably too close. Cropping that photograph differently will not remove the perspective distortion. You need to take a new photo. If your original face looks normal, but the finished file makes your face taller, narrower, shorter, or wider, the photograph was probably stretched while being resized. In that case, return to the untouched original and crop it properly before exporting it again. If the photograph looks normal on your computer but appears stretched only inside the Passport Seva preview, first confirm that the actual file is exactly 630 by 810 pixels. Open it in a normal image viewer and compare it with the original. If the file is correct, try uploading again from a desktop computer using an updated browser. Do not assume that a visibly distorted preview is safe. Make sure the preview and the underlying file both appear correct before continuing. Now here is the safest process for creating a new photo. Use the rear camera on your phone. Do not use the 0.5 times ultra-wide setting. Use the standard 1 times camera. If your phone has a good optical 2 times camera, that may also work, provided the image remains clear. Place the camera at eye level. Stand approximately 1.5 meters or 5 feet away. Look directly at the camera with your head level. Keep both eyes open and your mouth closed. Use a neutral, natural expression. Remove your glasses to prevent reflections and glare. Stand in front of a plain white background. Leave some distance between yourself and the wall so that you do not cast a dark shadow behind your head. Use soft, even light from the front. Facing a bright window often works better than using a harsh ceiling light or direct flash. Do not use beauty mode, skin smoothing, face reshaping, or social media filters. Take several photographs so you can select the sharpest and most naturally proportioned image. Leave a little extra space around the head and shoulders in the original. You will remove that space during cropping. Next, open the high-resolution original in an editor that can crop using a fixed aspect ratio. Choose a 7:9 portrait crop. Position the crop so that your head is centered and your entire face is visible. The face, measured from the bottom of the chin to the top of the head, should occupy approximately 80 to 85% of the final photograph. Do not cut off the top of the head or the bottom of the chin. Once the crop looks correct, resize it proportionally to exactly 630 pixels wide by 810 pixels high. Save the finished photograph as a JPEG. Then compare it with the original one more time. Your eyes, nose, mouth, jaw, and overall face width should have exactly the same proportions in both images. Only the framing and overall image size should be different. Do not try to fix genuine close camera distortion by manually reshaping the face. Tools that shrink the nose, widen the face, reconstruct the ears, or change facial geometry are altering the person's appearance. Passport photographs should represent your real, unaltered appearance. A clean retake from the correct distance is safer, faster, and more reliable than trying to digitally repair a close selfie. If the portal still rejects the photograph, pay close attention to the exact error name. Face width ratio or face length ratio normally means the face occupies the wrong amount of the final frame. If the face is too small, crop the distant photograph more tightly. Do not move the camera closer. Posture check failed generally points to a tilted or rotated head or a camera that was positioned too high, too low, or off to one side. Image quality is poor may indicate blur, heavy compression, poor focus, or insufficient detail. Uneven lighting points to shadows or major brightness differences across the face. Background not uniform means the background contains shadows, texture, color changes, or visible objects. These errors require different fixes. Repeatedly cropping the image will not solve every Passport Seva photograph problem. So, let's recap the distortion fix. Take a fresh photograph using the rear camera. Position the camera approximately 5 feet away and at eye level. Do not use a close selfie. Crop the original to a 7:9 portrait ratio. Then resize it proportionally to exactly 630 by 810 pixels. Never stretch a square photograph into a rectangle. And never digitally reshape facial features to make the photograph pass. If you want help creating the correct crop, background, dimensions, and Passport Seva ready file, visit PhotoPass.ai. Start with a fresh photograph taken from the correct distance. PhotoPass can handle the formatting and compliance preparation, but genuine camera perspective distortion is best corrected by taking a better original photo. If this video helped you solve the distortion check error, leave a comment with the exact message Passport Seva showed you. And subscribe for more simple fixes for Passport Seva photo upload errors.
630 by 810 formatting, posture checks, lighting problems, and Indian passport photo requirements.